One of the biggest food trends of the coming years is meat created from animal cells in laboratories. This is not science fiction, but reality. When will it be available for sale? It's already here, but widespread availability is a matter of a few years. For example, Singapore was the first country to approve it. Since 2020, they have been selling chicken nuggets and even artificial beef. The USA followed in 2023. Israel and countries in the EU are actively working on approval. The first products are expected to appear there within the next year or two. What kind of food is grown in laboratories? The main focus right now is on meat. Scientists can reproduce almost any type. They grow muscle tissue synthetically. This process starts by harvesting stem cells from a sample of tissue from a live animal. The researchers then place them in a special lab environment that mimics real conditions. The process of cell regeneration begins, and the muscle tissue starts to grow. It takes about a month to produce enough meat for one hamburger patty. The technology also allows for the cultivation of seafood and milk. What's preventing mass sales right now? Price. The first burger cost $325,000. Now the price has dropped to $10 to $50 per burger, but it's still more expensive than conventional meat. Scaling. It's difficult to transition from a small lab to huge bioreactor factories that can produce thousands of tons. Regulation. Each country needs to conduct thorough inspections and issue permits. Public opinion. Many people are frightened by the very idea of food from a test tube, even though the process is much cleaner and more ethical than traditional livestock farming. This food has significant advantages. Research by European scientists has shown that producing 1 kilogram of lab-grown meat requires 99% less land than traditional farms. It also uses 82 to 96% less water. Meat production significantly impacts the climate. Livestock farming occupies about 70% of the world's arable land. This figure is set to increase. By 2050, meat consumption is expected to double as the middle class grows in China, Brazil, India, and Africa. Lab-grown meat can reduce the risk of human diseases and prevent unnecessary animal suffering. Animals are often kept in cramped and uncomfortable conditions, which increases the likelihood of developing and spreading avian flu, mad cow disease, and African swine fever. These diseases are extremely serious. For instance, in 2018 to 2019, about 225 million pigs in China either died or were culled due to an African swine fever outbreak. That's roughly 25% of the global pig population. The cells used to grow lab meat are thoroughly checked for infectious pathogens. Fecal bacteria cannot contaminate the cultivated product, a risk that remains in conventional slaughtering processes. There are also some drawbacks. Environmental impact. Industrial livestock farming emits enormous amounts of gases harmful to the environment, including CO2 and methane. However, lab-grown meat also leaves a carbon footprint. Cellular food technologies currently produce more CO2, up to 22.1 kilograms CO2 per kg of meat, than conventional farms, up to 5.4 kilograms CO2. This is largely because maintaining the necessary conditions for cell growth in a lab requires significant energy. Energy source. Lab-grown meat production produces significantly less methane than livestock. On average, 1 kilogram of cell-based meat releases up to 0.08 kilograms of methane, while 1 kilogram from a conventional farm releases up to 1.2 kilograms. Methane is 25 times more potent than CO2 in driving global warming, but it disappears from the atmosphere much faster, in about 20 years compared to hundreds of years for carbon dioxide. Therefore, experts advise against expanding artificial meat production until the labs transition to clean energy sources. Future forecast. 2024-2026. Appearance on the menus of premium restaurants in major cities in the USA, Europe, and Asia. 2027 to 2030. Launch onto supermarket shelves as specific products, nuggets, mince, in developed countries. The price will become comparable to premium class meat. After 2030, it will become a significant part of the market, possibly with the appearance of complex products like marbled steaks. Lab-grown food is not science fiction, but a reality that is already beginning to enter our market. The main driver is not just curiosity, but solving global problems, ecology, reducing emissions, ethics, avoiding animal slaughter, and food security.